Johnny Walker and Magomed Ankalaev, two sensations in the light heavyweight class, will square off on UFC 294's PPV main card in Abu Dhabi. The always erratic Johnny Walker is on a 3-fight winning streak and has just defeated a seasoned veteran Anthony Smith with impressive style. After a contentious draw in a major title bout against the previous champion, Jan Blachowicz, Ankalaev makes his comeback after an almost year-long absence. He had amassed an incredible 9-fight winning streak before the bout. Still, this bout between two of the best and most experienced kickboxers in their class is sure to be exciting and may easily be the fight of the night. Magomed Ankalaev is a clear favorite going into this fight because of his obvious grappling advantage and considerably stronger background. There aren't many weaknesses in Magomed's repertoire. His lone, true defeat came from a thrilling last-second triangle with Paul Craig following 3 dominant rounds from Ankalaev. Other than that, the only other battle he experienced difficulty in was Blachowicz's fight, in which a formidable former champion's barrage of leg kicks stopped him from moving. But even in that fight, he managed to recover with some strong wrestling in the later rounds to get a draw. For a light heavyweight of his height, he uses a very wide variety of kicks in his kickboxing, which strikes the ideal mix between power and delicacy. He can put opponents on their back foot with deadly front kicks, and his round kicks to the body and legs are a great way to gradually wear them down. Initiating boxing exchanges with deadly right crosses, he usually finds a clinch and overworks the opponent, demonstrating the rapidity of his hands. When he's not putting on a lethal display of uppercuts and knees in the clinch, he's typically using amazing throws and trips to force his opponents to the canvas. His takedowns from a distance are particularly impressive to watch. On several occasions, he has executed near flawless double legs from a risky distance. The remainder of the battle, and really the entire round, is his once he hits the canvas. Similarly to the majority of his Dagestani opponents, he finds plenty of opportunities to finish the fight with a smooth submission or ground and pound, thanks to his superhuman conditioning and unwavering tempo. It is the exact opposite of Johnny Walker. There's virtually no way to forecast what would happen in a battle with Johnny Walker, in contrast to Ankalaev, who is an incredibly impressive fighter despite being a predictable fighter. At times, he strikes with almost flawless precision and deft moves that rapidly finish his opponents with devastating knockouts. At times, it appears as though he lacks knowledge of his actions in the cage, making incomprehensible kicks and unintentionally stepping into shots that he might have easily blocked. In spite of his continued mystique among his opponents, his most recent performances have revealed him to be far more reserved. He's been combining more and more leg kicks to set himself up for his other unconventional assaults, in contrast to the past when he began the majority of his exchanges in the open, allowing him to frequently whiff and be countered by some heavy shots. This, along with far more regular and realistic feints, has allowed him to back his opponents into the cage and deliver some serious damage. Even though he is part of UFC 294's co-main event, Kamaru Usman continues to make fight predictions on his YouTube channel. Usman, who replaced Khamzat Chimaev at the last minute, said he thought Johnny Walker, who was extremely explosive, would be defeated by Ankalaev. The former welterweight champion anticipated Ankalaev would be able to distance himself from Walker due to his technical proficiency. He declared, "Ankalaev is enormous. He is capable of grappling and wrestling, but he likes to stand and deliver strikes. In my opinion, this is where he differs from Johnny Walker in terms of technical proficiency." Ankalaev and Walker, two of the top 10 ranked light heavyweights in the UFC, square off in this bout. Ankalaev, the overwhelming favorite, is making his octagon comeback after a draw with Jan Blachowicz in the 2022 championship pay-per-view. Ankalaev's first defeat since his UFC debut loss to Paul Craig came from that draw. Even with the loss, which stands as Ankalaev's only defeat to date, he controlled practically the whole battle until being caught in the last-second submission. Since that bout, Usman stated he has been pleased by the Russian, saying Magomed is a guy that I've been high on since his first ever bout in the UFC. I mean, this guy is just a big version of a ninja. Walker comes into the fight fresh off a decision victory over Anthony Smith, a previous title challenger. He has already won 3 straight fights, one of which was ironically against Craig. The third fight on the main event for pay-per-view will be the matchup between Ankalaev and Walker. At UFC 295, the next light heavyweight champion will be crowned, and the victory may be eligible for a title opportunity. Since 2018, Ankalaev has not suffered a loss in the UFC. By anyone's standards, that is an absolutely absurd degree of dominance. Ankalaev has been probably the most dominant force in the light heavyweight class ever since the fatal Hail Mary triangle choke in the final second of that last battle 5 years ago. Currently on a 9-fight winning streak in a division where it is infamously difficult to establish a presence, expect Ankalaev to enter this bout with a great deal of confidence, even though he just came off a split draw with Jan Blachowicz. Johnny Walker's position as the undisputed champion in the light heavyweight class seemed seriously threatened 2 years ago, not any longer. Walker has had an impressive career comeback since his stunning knockout loss to Jamahal Hill last year, which made for a great highlight reel. Johnny Walker has soared back up toward the elite ranks of the top 5 after victories by unanimous decision over Anthony Lionheart Smith and Ion Cutelaba in the first round. Anticipate Johnny Walker to enter this bout full of belief and confidence, just like his opponent Ankalaev. Ankalaev will try to use all of his superb skills against Johnny Walker in this encounter. Ring generalship, like Ankalaev's, can be a great strategy to counteract Walker's explosiveness and unpredictability while facing him. You can see how skilled Ankalaev is at pressuring and controlling movement inside the octagon and forcing opponents back against the fence in many of his finishes to date. It'll be imperative that he puts this into practice. Second, in addition to having incredible stand-up skills, Ankalaev is a really well-rounded individual. Johnny Walker has had some stunning finishes in the past, so he will need to be fully focused the entire time in this battle. I believe that Ankalaev will have the quickness and agility to exploit him and punish him right away, even if he momentarily loses focus. Johnny Walker's ability to move quickly and erratically will be a key factor in his victory over Ankalaev. In order to have any chance of winning against Ankalaev, these keys will be crucial. Although Johnny Walker's resurrection has been a heartwarming tale at light heavyweight, the capable Ankalaev is probably going to put an end to the book. For the past 3 years, Ankalaev has been resting at or around the top of the division, and many feel that his win and lightweight heavy title from his questionable draw against Jan Blachowicz at UFC 282, the only blemish on his record since 2018, were his due. Against one-note fighters like Walker, he is a sharp striker with frustratingly good defense and the ability to score takedowns. Walker has never been able to match the entirety of Ankalaev's strengths, and if he doesn't have any obvious weaknesses in his style of play, things might get ugly. In his most recent fights, Walker has displayed a new energy with his movement, as well as his new defensive awareness. He was once a terrible culprit for leaving his chin completely exposed, which Jamahal Hill and others have taken full advantage of. Notwithstanding that, Johnny Walker has shown just how good his natural ability is, with Cutelaba, Craig, and Smith finding it very difficult to get to grips with Walker. That being said, Ankalaev looks to be a much tougher nut to crack. Normally, we would expect someone like Ankalaev to have little trouble finding a fight of this nature. Walker, meanwhile, offers an entirely different kind of difficulty. Ankalaev will need to be extremely alert and focused during this battle. Still, we guess that he will be. Walker's weakness in grappling could prove to be his undoing in this match, according to our prediction. Our prediction is that Ankalaev's superior grappling skills will give him the advantage in this match. What do you think of these reactions? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to stay updated with more great content like this, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss any future content from us. Until next time.